What up, nation? Raider OG. All right, so it's Tuesday, and it's been a few days since I've come out here and talked to you guys. What I want to talk to y'all about today, just curious, and I'm gonna answer the same question. But my question for you is, when did you realize that you were a Raiders fan? What was that moment? Was it your legacy? Parents were fans of the team, so obviously you just stepped in line. Was it when you moved to a city? Was it a certain player when they were in college, got drafted by the Raiders, and then you just followed them and that became your team? So what's your story? Hit me up in the comments. Just let me know. You can put 2000 because of such and such. 2004, last time we went to the Super Bowl. I think that was 04. It may have been the 03 season. Early 2000s though. Against Tampa Bay. Was it when we hired John Gruden? Whenever that was. I think that was in the late 90s. Whatever the case may be. What was your story? Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what your story was. And of course, I'm gonna tell y'all mine. So I was born in the early 70s. Really wasn't a big sports kid growing up because my life was pretty nomadic. Shuffled around from one relative to the next. Eventually landed in Linwood, California, staying with Granny, or really my grandparents, but we were in a pretty matriarchal household on my mom's side of the family. Pop's side of the family was different. They were the bougie blacks. I can say that because they my people. Granny lived in the hood. We didn't know it was a hood. You don't really know your circumstances are bad when you're living them. So didn't know that it was a hood. It really didn't even become hood until the 80s. Everybody knows what happened in LA during the 80s. I don't even need to go down that path. But in the early 80s, I actually ended up staying with my pops and my now stepmom. And ironically enough, my stepmom is from Fort Worth and I'm up here near her. So I get to see her a lot more now. But side note, sorry about that. But anyway, so I'm staying with my pops. He came and got me when I was in like the 5th grade. So this is gonna be the early, let's just say 1980. I believe that's when he got me, 80 or 81. And my father was a UCLA alum. So of course, I was pretty much attracted to UCLA athletics. He had a bunch of stories for me about meeting Kareem, meeting Bruce Lee when he attended UCLA, meeting Jamal Wilkes, Norm Nixon, just a bunch of the old Lakers who used to come up there and play, and just a bunch of real, I guess, famous celebrities who just happened to go to the university at the same time he did. Had tons of stories. My pops was a trip. But he also loved the Raiders. Loved the silver and black. That's what he called them, the silver and black. Never said the Raiders, never said the nation. It was always the silver and black is playing. The silver and black is about to come on. That was my pops, the silver and black. Sometimes he would say the silver and black attack. So that was kind of like my memory of him. So obviously I was hearing about the Raiders throughout my childhood most of the time, but that's not why I became a Raiders fan. That's not even when I became a Raiders fan. It wasn't like at birth or 3 or 4 years old when I was able to finally understand kind of the concept of football. Nah, like I told you, I was in the 5th grade when my pops got me and really wasn't a football fan, period, then. And I remember that first year in the 5th grade, somebody, wasn't him, gave me a Rams backpack. That blue and that gold. And I remember thinking, oh, this is trash. Actually, I don't remember immediately thinking that it was trash, but I knew I wasn't a fan. Now, I did like Eric Dickerson because he was putting in work in the league around that time. And so I was thinking, okay, well, I guess maybe I can like this team. But something about him, I just didn't sit right in my soul. I just couldn't do it. Something about the Rams, I couldn't stick with them, even though they were at the time the only team in LA, because the Raiders were still up in Oakland. I don't even think they had talked about coming to LA yet. So fast forward to middle school, or junior high, as we used to call it back then. And there was a Super Bowl, as we all know, versus the now Washington, what is their name now? Is it the Commanders? I was about to say the Washington football team. I believe it's the Commanders. And the reason I don't even know, because Hell, the baseball team changed their names recently, I think. Anyway, y'all know which team I'm talking about. And there was a certain play. I really wasn't even that interested in the Super Bowl. I was more excited that my pops was excited that his squad had made it. So, of course, I'm sitting right next to him watching the game. Don't know what I'm watching, but the one play that I'm talking about, everybody knows about. This is why I'm a Raiders fan. This is why I was a Marcus Allen fan. Still am to this day, but he was my favorite player for years and years and years when they ran that outside zone to the left and somebody set the edge. He stopped, what they call reversed his field, went back right, then off that tackle, gone. I'm like looking at this dude with awe. The very next day, would have been Monday at school, I'm in the yard playing football. We playing, man, I forgot what they used to call it, but it was smear the, at that word, there was 3 flies up. No, that was baseball. Man, it's been so long, I don't even remember what them games was. But basically, you could play one-on-one football, you and somebody else, they just throw you the ball and it would be that. So we was playing maybe 3 to 4 on 1, and then we would eventually get enough people to start. I don't know, it was something about the Raiders, I guess it galvanized the little boys in the community. Street football basically took off for me, at least, after that. Anyway, so yeah, man, y'all let me know, what is the thing that made you decide that, yeah, that's my squad? And you know what? I'm welcoming all comers. Even if you're not a Raiders fan, I still welcome you. Just be respectful. And of course, I want to hear from you. I've seen Chargers fans in the comments. Appreciate y'all. Somebody to beat up on during the regular season, because we know the Chargers are cursed. But yeah, regardless of who your team is, I want to know. Let me know who your team is and when was it? What was it about that team or whatever that made you decide, yeah, this is who I'm rocking with? Is it the 49ers of the 90s? Is it the Chargers back in the 80s? Is it Pittsburgh and the Cowboys in the 70s? Are you an OG like me for your squad? Let me know, man. When was it? When did you decide that this is my squad? This is my hometown team. This is the team I'm going to follow. Or if you're not an OG, I know a lot of fans nowadays, they follow players. I want to hear that too. Just let me know. Yeah, I locked onto this player and been with these 4 squads or however many teams he's been on each time. You know, I'm a diehard for this dude. I know it's more popular or more common for that to happen in the NBA because one player can have more influence on a team. But I mean, you have maybe Patriots fans, the enemy, who I have to grow to love now, but Patriots fans may have all of a sudden became Tampa Bay fans. And you may have Tampa Bay or Patriots fans that are not Raiders fans because he done came over here. So yeah, just let me know your story. Let me know your why. Let me know your when. Let me know your who. All right, y'all, just win, baby.